Guys, I'm Steve, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about the joys of stock market investing and long-term dividend gain. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, welcome back. Guys, listen. It's no secret that we're going through economic downturn right now. Cost of food is high. You know, the Federal Reserve is raising rates at an astronomical rate. We have a lot of things dealing with inflation, and money's not cheap no more to borrow from banks, so on and so forth. A lot of people are losing their jobs. The Federal Reserve is trying to get people to stop spending money and things like that. And my question to you right now is, what are you doing? And then when I say, what are you doing? I'm not saying, what are you doing about the current situation? Because, I mean, it is what it is. It affects us all, you know. But as far as investing, a lot of people, you know, I've spoke to over the years that question me about, you know, stock market, you know, being a stock market investor. And they're always like, hey, when do you get in? Or, you know, how do you get started? And I answer the question, and they always say something that, like, is baffling to me. They always say, well, I'm going to wait till the stocks go down. I'm going to wait till the prices go down, then I'm going to jump in. Okay? All right, I understand that. Well, guess what? A lot of stocks are down 50, 60% right now. So my question is, what are you doing? Like I said before, you know, now, guys, is the time to start you an investment account. You know, a lot of people watch me, you know, just for entertainment, and I hope you get something out of it. But I mean, I try to bring value with, you know, explaining things from about my financial journey, and hopefully some of the stuff I say can affect you or motivate you to start your investment journey as well. And that's the basis of me doing these videos, you know. I mean, I'm just on here. Yeah, I'm just a guy on YouTube. But I mean, I feel as though I got a lot to offer just from the experiences I went through in life, you know, whether it's talking about something not financial related, or just talking about what I'm doing with stocks and my plans going forward. You know, I just wanted to benefit you guys out there. But I'm going to lay down a couple of factors of why I think it's the perfect time right now to start investing, and why it'll benefit you in the long run. And I didn't have this opportunity in the beginning, but I think it'll benefit you. And like right now, it's a prime opportunity to get involved in stock market investing. I'm going to break down why. So right now, like I said, number one, it's the perfect time to invest in the investment account. Now, I invested with Ameritrade. I forgot who asked me. It was a young lady. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Right now, it's not on the top of my head. Asked me, hey, where can I go to start my own investment account? Is there an app for it? And so on and so forth. Well, the way I got started was I asked a couple of questions. It was introduced to me by one of my clients who decided to mentor me because I guess he liked my character and liked me as a person. I was introduced to TD Ameritrade. That's who I go with. I have a Charles Schwab account too, you know, for my 401k. I mean, my Roth IRA, I have a 401, I got a Charles Schwab account. But my standard stock market account portfolios are with TD Ameritrade. Now, the reason why I'm with TD Ameritrade is because of two things. Number one, it's very easy to set up an account. Charles Schwab was too, but for me, Ameritrade, I think is very good for beginners. Like if you don't really know what you're talking about or know anything, the tools they have, the Thinkorswim program, I'm sorry, is a good thing for new investors. The application is very easy to fill out, and you fill it out online. You know, they have an app too. I don't know if you can fill it out over your phone, but it's easier if you fill it out from a laptop or a PC. For me, it was very easy. You know, 20 minutes I was done. All it requires you to have is a bank account. So a lot of people that tell you, hey, you need a lot of money to start trading stocks, because for some reason, a lot of people say, oh, trading stocks is for rich folk. Well, no. What I've learned is you get rich trading stock. So trading stock is for any folk, you know. And before I started my business, I had known about the stock market a little bit, but it was all negative. So once, with the time and the way it was, once I started my business, I was immediately introduced to it because I was dealing with large amounts of money that I wasn't accustomed to handling. But yeah, like I deal with Ameritrade. As far as phone apps, they have Robinhood, M1 Finance, what's the other one? Webull. Now I don't deal specifically with those because I already have an account. But I mean, they all do the same thing. Another reason why it's a good time to invest, everything is going downward. We still got inflation. They're trying to tell everybody, hey, we're trying to get you to stop spending money. You got to remember, when somebody tells you something to do, they're also telling you something not to do. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, they tell you, oh, put your money in the bank, save it. Now, don't get me wrong, having cash is on hand, but the interest rate that you get paid in the bank is significantly nil, meaning like nothing. You don't really get paid anything. You'll never see the difference by just having your money in the bank unless you have a buku amount of money that just sat there for 20 years. Whereas in the stock market, you invest your money into a business annually, or quarterly, you're getting paid the profit of that business. And that's how I run, the way my situation is set up with my portfolio. Like I do dividend investing where I get paid a dividend for holding the stock, in the form of more shares or cash if I choose it. But I mean, I usually just turn and put the money back into the business. But guys, it's an excellent time. First thing you do, get you an investment account. They got Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, like I said, I deal with. You got Fidelity, T. Rowe Price, all these different places you can sign up and learn more about your finance. And then on top of that, we'll go to point number 2. It doesn't have to be long term. A lot of people say, oh, well, I don't want to put my money in there because I don't want to wait 20 years to see if I can turn into a millionaire, or I'm going to do this or do that. Listen, guys, when you're dealing with investing, any investment takes time. Nothing happens like overnight. A lot of people that brought into this Bitcoin stuff, and I'm not an advocate for cryptocurrency. If you look back in the beginning, Bitcoin was stagnant. I think a lot of people got rich because they forgot they had the Bitcoin, and then when it blew up, somebody was like, oh, let me go check this account. And then look, and boom. Another thing like with Tesla, when Tesla first took off, it was small, and these things, but it just takes patience. People are patient with it, long as you have an understanding of where you're trying to go in a direction and you put a timeline on it, long as you're checking up on it and you reach that timeline and use patience and discipline by not touching your money, you're all right. Like I said, here's the third point. When the economic reversal happens, and it will happen, meaning we're in a bear market now where things are slow and stocks are dropping and they're coming into value territory depending on what you're looking for. And it's another thing. A lot of people don't know the difference between when the stock is high and when the stock is, low. A lot of people say when the stock going down, they run from it. Well, that's bad. No, if it's a good company, you want the stock to come down. Right now, I'm mainly all in the red in all of my portfolios. Now, average person would look like, man, you're losing a lot of money. You down a significant amount of money, but that's good for me because I'm still adding money into my account and I'm buying into a lot of these businesses that I paid, a higher price for, and I'm buying them at a lower price and bringing my cost level down. So when we have the reversal, meaning when the economy goes back up, what happens? The stocks go back up. And if I'm buying them at a low point, the appreciation takes off and my portfolio blows up with it. And right now we're at a point where stocks are going for the low. They're falling, and they're going to be falling for a while. And I don't even think we've seen the immediate dent that's made, because if you look at the economy and you look at the jobs report, CPI and everything, we still on the front line, still trading blows. Ain't nobody backed up yet. You got a couple of leanbacks from the hits, but ain't nobody backed up. The Fed ain't backed up, and the inflation ain't backed up yet. So everybody's still into the fight. So it might be a long fight, but while they trading punches, this is your time to learn. Get you an account. You know, learn about different stock. Like me, I started with what? $36? When I started my account, I put $36 in there. And that was 8 years ago. I done grown the thing well over six figures now. You know, and it just took dedication. I was patient. A dollar cost average, and you'll hear that word, dollar cost average, or you hear the acronym DCA. When you DCA, dollar cost average, you're putting a little bit of money every month into your stock market account. It ain't got to be thousands of dollars, guys. It could be $100 a month. It could be, $20 a month. It can be something. And I'm gonna give you an example. A lot of people are like, well, $20 ain't nothing, this and that, right? Watch this. I smoked cigarettes for almost 20 years, right? Now I don't smoke no more, but I did. I smoked cigarettes over 20 years. And one day I was sitting there and I was thinking, I started calculating, I tried to average out what a pack of cigarettes would cost from when I started when I was younger up until when I recently quit. The equivalent to what I smoked, and it got to be more than this, but the equivalent of what I smoked on a day, because I smoked like a pack a day for like 20 years, which is unhealthy as hell. It equates to this. Check this out. $40,000. $40,000. Now this money is not real, so don't try to jack me if you see me in the street. But that's a lot of money for a temporary satisfaction, and a bad habit at that. Now I've spent that $40,000, and all it does is give me a bunch of health risks later on in life that have not yet been revealed to me. If I took that $40,000 20 years ago and started investing it $10 a day, or $8 a day, it adds up. That would already been accruing interest, and it would have been rolling over. I'd had the snowball effect already on my dividends. Like right now, I'm almost in year 8, right? I'm just seeing the rise in my dividends. Where it's really, it's steady, and then I'm at a point where it's just turning up. Now, did I invest $20 a month every month? No, because as my business grew and the type of business I do, I get large sums of money sometimes. I paid myself $30,000. I lived a very minimal lifestyle. Now, I'm up to like 40-something thousand now, but I don't have that many needs. I was married mainly. I made sure my family was taken care of. And as long as I had peace, I was okay. But I sacrificed a lot because I wanted to be secure in the future. Like in 3 months, I turned 50 years old, and I feel very good about where I am financially in life and going forward for my children when I'm done. Another shared thing I will tell you, and well, let me get back to that real quick. So sometimes I'll be rambling, I just jump off the subject. That money, the reason why I brought that up, a lot of us have money to go buy cigarettes, but some of us squander money on the daily. Right now, a lot of people listening to me out there, and I'm not trying to call nobody out, a lot of people listening to me right now, if you sit there and you think back of something you didn't need, that you just wanted today, and it's payday for a lot of people, you can say to yourself, that amount of money that you brought every 2 weeks, because you got it on payday, or if you didn't, if you spent that on the same item for the next few years, how much money would you have? That could be money you could have invested. Now, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad or anything like that, but I'm just trying to let you know, this right here brings me to the next point, but it still ties into what I'm saying. We are conditioned, guys, to spend our money. And once we break out of that and understand that we should just deal with things on a level of how much value they bring us, instead of joy of just owning it, we'll make out a lot. I've been wanting a Chevy Z06 for the longest time. It's a funny story. I've been wanting a Chevy Z06 for a long time. One time, I took the cash out the bank. And we talking about tens of thousands here. This was like a few years ago. Took the cash out the bank and went to the dealership and got almost about ready to make the exchange. We got everything down. I was gonna buy it straight outright with a discount. Soon as I unzipped my cashier's bag and looked at the money, I changed my mind. Because I just was like, you know, in 2 weeks, I had to think, you know, Steve, in 2 weeks, you've always wanted this car. Are you really buying the car because you need the car or you want the car? And I had to really think about it. And I wound up like not doing the deal. Because I mean, when you're sitting there and the car, I think the car was like $43,000. I was gonna pay cash for it. My stock portfolios are doing well. We was in the middle of everything rising, you know. I thought it was gonna always be like that. Then something was like, you know what, dummy, just wait, man, because you ain't really been through no bad economic thing besides the pandemic. But they don't really count. It was like a couple of months, 3 months or whatever, and it went back to normal. But they was like, and he was like, you know, you looking in there, you unzip the bag and you see money sitting like this from the top, you looking down on it. I don't know if I want to do that, because in 2 weeks I'll be like, yeah, I'm used to the car now. Then I'm like, I shouldn't have paid that much for it. I hate that buyer's remorse stuff, so I ain't gonna go through it. And that's the first time. The second time was I was just driving and went and sat somewhere and I seen one go by. And the guy had a for sale sign in the back window, and I walked up on it. He was like, yeah, the car's already cammed out. It has all the bells and whistles. He was revving the car. I started getting hyped. And I was like, yeah, follow me to the bank. Because he's like, I got the title and everything in here right now, because he was taking it to go get something done to it. And I just had to like call it off. But I mean, all wants to kill us. We're conditioned. Every time you watch a TV, even on here, there are ads. People are always telling you where to go with your money, what to do with your money. Spend. When you use discipline and you can see through all of that, you make out a lot better in life. Stock investing, right? It can drastically change your financial situation. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of times, what I had to learn, because I had a lot of impulse to buy things, just impulse. Dealing with this, man, I started with $36. 36, it was in the 30s, it was a little while ago. But I mean, I just generally added money. I saw stocks, I studied, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, I read books. You know, they tell you, hey, read some of these books. And then it just clicked within a couple of months. Okay, this is what kind of investor I want to be. Damn, if I hold the stock, I just make money doing that. And all I can do is not touch it and just add a little bit more shares to it, Man, that's okay. That makes sense. Oh, this is how the rich get richer. Oh, when the market crashes, it's not really a bad thing. It's a good thing for those who know. You know, so as these stocks are falling, and like we're in December right now, and it's the last part of 2022. That's why I'm telling you, we're early into this thing, guys, where it's hysteria in the market. The economy's crazy. You know, we're spending money on a bunch of stuff. Christmas is coming. You know, this is an excellent time to set up something for next year. You know, you already have your investment account in place, and you can just put a little bit of money in there at a time. And then when you feel like buying and you feel comfortable, you buy, do a little history on a little bit of companies that you like, invest in a company, buy what you like, you'll make out a lot better. When this economic reversal happens, you'll thank me later. Because I'm telling you, with the way these stocks are, and the way my portfolio is set up with me buying in videos, I'm talking about some of the stuff I'm buying or have brought. Like I haven't brought anything really of real significant, a big acquisition in a while. But I mean, my portfolio set up to where all I can do is just wait. And now dollar cost averaging every month and buy into what I have already, you know, in short moderation, while having cash on the side. Because I think, like I said, it's December now. When we get to March, April-ish of 2023, that's when we're going to see the real impact of what the Fed is doing and all of this stuff with the job report, the CPI and all that. We're going to see those income, them earning reports are going to be coming in. And we're going to start seeing real consequences because, look, this month right here, we might have a Santa Claus rally, which is, you know, the December rally where everybody buys up stocks. We might not. I think we will, but I think it's going to be small. But after that's over, just think, guys, a lot of people going to be in debt using credit cards to buy gifts and all of that stuff. So they're going to be to where they're going to have to, you know, it's going to leave them with bills. So they're going to be trying to play catch up. A lot of people play catch up because they go all out with Christmas. You know, a lot of people say, okay, but look, everything's high. Let me just get what I got to get now, early in December, and then I'll start paying this off through the months of January, whatever. Some people use credit cards and other people are just paying things off. And when we get to March and April, when a lot of these companies are going to be talking about what they've made, you're going to see a drastic drop in these stock prices. And it's going to go from April, and I think it's going to run all the way to September. And some of these stock prices are going to be astronomically low, you know. And all these little rallies that you're seeing right now, I don't even pay attention to it because we ain't even made a dent in the economy. The way the economy is, we ain't even made a dent in inflation. So all that right there is just smoke, you know. They can say something good, you'll watch it, the market to turn green, everything go up, and then at the end of the day, it'll drop, you know. But yeah, guys, I mean, like I said, the time is right. You know, I'm not telling anybody to go out there and buy stock right now and all this stuff, but listen, just educate yourself. Everything is down. The market is slow. You can educate yourself. Set up your account and learn a little bit about it. There's some very useful YouTube videos on here. I didn't know nothing when I started investing. But once I figured it out, I got to where I didn't even want to spend money no more. I wanted to just put it in my account. And I'm telling you, when you see that it's building, you got $100 in there, then it get to 1,000, and then you start seeing when you start accumulating, not certain amount. When you start accumulating massive amounts of shares into your favorite companies, you'll start to see that thing take off. And when you see it take off and you look on there on a day where the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P is all green, and you look on there and you see that you got $13,000 in one day that you made, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. You know, or like you got $400 you made in a day just because it's green, the market's green. Now you don't go pull that out, but it's just showing you the progress. If you just wait, all that money you get to keep over time as the company grows. Like me, like I said, I do dividend stock investing. Man, this is a long video. I do dividend stock investing, right? I don't have to worry about a lot of stuff with the market crashing and all because I got my money in good companies. And companies that are needed worldwide and here in America. Companies that are vital with our everyday actions and making the country run properly. I don't have to worry about that, whether it's up or down, you know. And when it does go down, I buy into it and strengthen my grip on my portfolio. Thus, as America grows, so do I. It's one of those things, man. I mean, I'm just on here to, like, you know, have you guys get something out of it, you know. But I mean, I'm not trying to convince anybody, but I'm telling you, it's a lot we don't know out here, especially us as black folks. Some of us don't even know nothing. And I'm telling you, it's life-changing. It changed my life. And if you look into it, some of you guys listening to me, it'll change your life too. It feels good where I can sit here and if I want to get up and buy something, I can do it. You know? And I just figured I'd share that with you. But yeah, I mean, I said, oh, man. But yeah, guys, it's a good time. It's a good time to start investing. Or just open an investing account and learn about the stock market. You know, you owe it to yourself. Because a lot of us, man, out here, not even are close to retirement age, and we never invest in anything. Or some of the people are just hitting 40 and don't even know what to do with their money. So, I mean, if anything helps, it helps. But as always, guys, I know a lot of you guys are investors. Leave me a comment if I left something out. I appreciate you spending the time with me again. It's Friday. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I'll drop some videos tomorrow as well. And as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. The channel has been growing. I appreciate all the love and support, man. And like I said, you guys just have a good weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.